Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Listen Along. I'm William, your host, and I'm also the drummer for Glass Beach. And today I'm very excited because I get to listen to Floral Prince by Field Medic with Field Medic. You won't be able to see Kevin of Field Medic right now, per usual. Except this time Kevin is actually sitting right in front of me, as opposed to when I usually have people on a television in front of me and I'm looking at a screen the whole time. So this will be fun. This will be fun and interesting and a cool thing. I'm going to scoot myself. I know I'm not going to be here for very long, but I am going to scoot to like right there. Is that good? I don't know if I did anything. That's okay. If you've never watched the show before or done one of these list-alongs, basically we're going to be listening to the entirety of an album. Today is Floral Prince, and no stopping, straight through, and basically be doing album commentary to it. You know, like film commentary or like album commentary, because people have done that. And this will exist on the Second Glass Beach channel afterwards on YouTube as an archive for you to go back to. And if you ever listen to the record again, you can get Kevin's thoughts. Kev or Kevin? Do you?
Either or.
Either or. Cool. Okay, but I'm going to go to a screen immediately so that you can see Kev, because I think it's very strange that it's just me right now. So here we go. And this should work. Hey. There we go. Yeah, so if you want to address me, you can look right at me. If you want to address the audience, you can look right at the camera.
Yo.
We do have people in chat right now. So
Hello, chat. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Hold on. What one are you? Oh, you're that one.
This
yeah.
This commentary will be good. This reminds me of listening to the future DS2 commentary. I've done a little bit of commentary on TikTok, so I'm excited to dig a little deeper in the live listening experience.
Hell yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I mean, I am. I love your record. And we got some people in the chat here. Oh my gosh, going back. So New Game Plus plays. Can't wait to see the band. Sarah Della says, I'm so hype. Electric 200 has I think a double chin smiley face. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with like emoticons and whatnot. Oh, did I screw up my little frame here on mine? Oh, I did. Of course. Hold on. That will happen. See, this will bug me more than it bugs anybody else, but it will bug me. There we go. That should be close enough, I think. Maybe. Oh. Bear with me, everyone. And then if I just scoot my little self over, that shouldn't be a problem anymore.
That's
great.
Gorgeous. I said this earlier, but we look like two trading cards.
We do look like trading cards.
I would collect us.
I would too. I would absolutely. And, you know, maybe I can get some holographic filters on in the future. Till 2002 in here says this delay actually saved my ass. I'm currently in the subway and wouldn't have made it in time for the music otherwise. Oh, good. I'm glad that was the plan.
Yeah. You gotta, I mean, it's like how parties allegedly start at 6 and then nothing happens until 8.
Yes.
This is the kind of early afternoon version of that, where it's just pushed by 30 minutes.
It's a very DIY.
Yeah, it's punk time.
Yeah, it's punk time. How long is the delay? It was very long. I'm sorry. Ran into some issues going in. Jam Jack says it went live later than usual. And they all say thank you and you're welcome. They were listening to I've Got Two Swords. Paradise Burgers is here. I'm saying hi to as many people as I can. We got 36 people here right now, which is cool.
It's blowing up.
It is. It truly is. And then Heather from Point Nemo, who is here again. Oh, love your hair, William. Very stylish. Thank you. I love your hair, by the way. I did want to talk about that.
Thank you.
I do really think you extremely pull off the mullet.
Thanks. I feel like it's the only style for me. Everything else looks funny. I mean, this looks funny too in its own way, but I found that once I started rocking it about probably like 9 years ago, maybe 10, it felt right.
You've had it for that long?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a decision.
I buzzed it off one time. Actually, when I first signed to Run for Cover, I had this weird depressive episode where I classically had to give myself a buzz cut and shave my beard to take control of like my life. And I stopped wearing tiny pants and I stopped wearing crazy clothes and because I wanted to be normal for some reason. And I just thought it was funny because I did this one photo shoot the day after I buzzed my hair and shaved my beard and was wearing baggy pants and like a t-shirt. And then that was the photo that they used to announce the signing. And I felt like all of a sudden I looked like such a like regular
person,
indie guy or something.
Yeah.
And it always made me laugh because it didn't really represent like how I felt. It was just in that moment. I needed to be more camouflaged. So that's a long way to say I've had it the whole time, but there was a brief period where I cut it off because I was tired of like peacocking everywhere I went.
And it was a brief period where you were suddenly being shown to a bunch of new people.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah. And I kind of wish that I had used a more flexed out press photo. But at the time, I didn't want to flex.
When you eventually did end up growing your hair back out and kind of like going back into, as you stated, peacocking, do you think some people that got picked up from the announcement with Run for Cover who had just like seen you for the first time were like, he used to be normal. He used to look so regular.
I'm not sure. I feel like most people knew. And maybe, I mean, I'm probably like thinking about it way more because in my mind, it's like, oh, I look so different at that time. But I'm still the same person.
Yeah.
The spiritual mullet was still there. I think. You can cut it off, but it's still there.
Did you still have the beard?
No, I had no beard.
Oh, you just...
I
have to see
I'll
this
show
photo.
you the pictures
Please
later.
do.
It's so
Please.
weird. I was wearing a baseball cap.
I have... oh my gosh. I only recently started wearing baseball caps myself.
They're not a bad look. I like them.
Yeah, they're not bad. I have a hard time because, like, as you can see, I have wings.
Oh yeah.
I have hair wings.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wear a hat, they are accentuated.
Oh yeah, I know the wing accentuation as well.
Yeah, I have a real hard time with the sides of my head. But we got Austin is here again. Hello, Austin. Puff check, says someone. I'm almost here. Okay, I gotta start showing for the listening parting streams more often. Yeah. I mean, like, I've done a lot of these. This will be kind of the last thing I say before we see if we're getting into. Oh, someone highlighted a message. Kev, I'm in the middle of sewing and painting a bag with lyrics from Bundle of Hyacinths. Would love to give it to you if you want it. It's a little piece of art dear to my heart.
That sounds gorgeous. I would love it, whatever it may be.
What is your take on receiving art and like stuff from fans?
I think it's really touching. I have people will sometimes bring me drawings of me that they'll make, and I have them all hung up in my bathroom, like on the cabinet. So it's on the inside of the cabinet that holds like, I guess it's the medicine cabinet, but it's not like the mirror. It's like there's a whole different cabinet that has towels and stuff in it. So I have a bunch of those drawings on the inside, and then I have them kind of scattered throughout the house. I think they're really nice.
So you just have a lot of pictures of yourself?
I guess so, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
I had to talk to my roommate about it once because I'm not going to put all those pictures in my room because I think that would be kind of
that would be weirder
energy.
Sure.
But I also really appreciate them, and I think they're really cool, and they're all special in their own way because they're drawn in different styles. So that's why I put them on the inside of the bathroom cabinet. And after I did that, a few weeks later, I was like talking to my roommate. I'm like, hey, I hope you don't mind that I just put a bunch of portraits of me in the cabinet, but I feel like they need to be on display. And he was totally cool with it.
Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. I think I'd be cool with it too. Especially if it's like a bunch of hand drawings. I think it'd be different if you did them all yourself.
Yeah, that would be. But I mean, think about Van Gogh.
This is true. I don't really have a problem with anything, like most of the time.
Yeah.
So if all of my roommates wanted to just like start drawing themselves and put it up all over, I'd let them decorate my entire room with it. That doesn't bother me at all. Wow. But yeah, how would you get that from this person?
I'm not sure. Whoever you are out there, if you want to bring it to the next show, I will gladly take it and I'll get groceries in it and I'll be honored all along. We
got do you know what channel points are on Twitch?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it's stuff that you get for watching Twitch.
Okay.
It's just like little like points you rack up, and channels can like do reward systems based on that, or like things that they can cash in their channel points for. We have 2 active channel point rewards right now. One of them is a posture check, and the other one is drink water.
Uh-huh.
And someone just did the drink water one, which is like just a reminder. And I do want to drink some water. So.
I'll take a sip as well.
It is a fun thing that we just did. We are participating in Twitch streaming. It's great.
I think it's really fun.
I do. Yeah, I like streaming. I just have a couple things I want to say, and then we can get into it. Is that all right? So, generally, when I do these live streams, I spend like the entire week leading up to them, at least like listening to the album once every day, just so that I like know the things I want to talk about and I'm kind of prepared. Yours is the first album that I was not able to do that with. And I'll tell you why. I just started a full-time job. Okay. And I listened to it on Monday because I can listen to music at work. So I listened to it on Monday, and I listened to it like early in the day, and then again like later near the end of my shift. Tuesday I listened to it again, and then Wednesday I listened to it, and I started noticing that every day while I was listening to it, it was making me feel really bad.
Wow.
Just because like I just started this full-time job after like spending a year and a half at home, like freelancing and on unemployment, and like being able to work just on like Glass Beach stuff and like be really creative and just sort of do whatever I want inside of the house primarily. And then I get this job, which is like a nothing job for the most part, very like monotonous, tedious kind of thing. And just the tone of the album, along with like the feeling of like, oh, I'm back. I guess I'm back to this now again.
Right.
Was just like really overwhelming. And then on top of that, a lot of your record reminds me of like places that I was in college and ways of that I, used to write music and things like that. And that also, strangely gave me a melancholic, like, nostalgia.
Yeah.
That was also, like, difficult to deal with at work. So, so Thursday and Friday I didn't listen to your record, but I promise I've heard it a lot.
That's fair. I always say I thought the songs were funny,
Oh, they are.
And I know they're sad, too, but sometimes for me, when I'm writing, it seems like it comes from such a crisis place that I like to sort of listen back and be like, man, this is so kind of absurd. But then I forget that actually it is kind of sad, because for me, sometimes I can look back on it and say, because I know exactly what was happening. It's like, it turns into a joke a little bit, or maybe more of a laughing it off.
Sure.
But then when I started hearing people saying similar to what you're saying, like this album is just, or my music in general is like so sad, I'm just like, whoa, I didn't even know. I mean, I do know, but yeah. I think there's a part of me that wants to think that it's not. So if you're out there, be careful. The first track will trick you. Second track a little bit, and then once you get to midway through, you're doomed.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into that. I do. Yeah, I have a lot of compliments to fling your way.
Cool.
If that's all right with you. Okay, so unless anybody else in the chat has things to say, Saturn Wolf is here, furry cameo. Why was there a cat in the background or something? I don't know.
Maybe it's the Chewbacca.
Oh, sure. And codename KR says, welcome, Kev. Furries are real? Furries are now real, says everyone. Austin says sadness can have other feelings tagging along with them. And I agree with that.
That's true. I'm regret to tell everybody in here that my next album is even darker.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. It'll get Honestly, the job done.
Yeah. I'm gonna
we're gonna strap up.
Yep.
Okay.
It's gonna be a little harder for us to hear each other. Do you wanna maybe
maybe one on, one off?
One on, one off, yeah.
Perfect. Or maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is good.
Cool. So I didn't go over this at the top, although I was supposed to. I forgot. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh no. Well, it'll happen one other time
Okay.
later. It happens every like 30 minutes. But this is supposed to prevent that from happening, but something must not have gotten stuck. All right, whatever. You, as an audience, need to open up a streaming provider of your choice. The music is not going to be played live on stream. So we're going to listen to it together. Usually I have to sync with the person who I have on. But today I don't have to do that because we're both
right here.
plugged into the same headphone jack.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be doing a countdown. It's going to be a 3, 2, 1, go. That was not it. It will sound exactly like that later, though, when I do it in a moment. And when I say go, you will hit play on your streaming provider, and we should be synced up, or at least very, very closely to synced up. And the rest of it is listening to it and talking. So I really do want to get into that. We did start a little late, so probably the sooner the better. I'm going to go away from the screen where we can see ourselves, and I won't go back.
Perfect.
Yeah. So now I need to go. I'm going to stall a little while I do it so that all of you can do it. I'll be using the Green Music app, but you can use whatever app works for you. You can use the Fruit with the Bite out of it. You can use Deezer.
Amazon. Or maybe don't use Amazon.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know.
Use Rhapsody. I used to use Rhapsody a lot. My dad, before Spotify or whatever, the green one existed. Rhapsody,
you can say it. Don't worry. Don't worry. I was just joking.
Rhapsody had a streaming service, and my dad let me use his login, and it was insane to have all that music at my fingertips.
I don't even know what Rhapsody is. It's like, I think I've seen commercials for it.
It's like an older music thing. I'm not sure what it is now.
When you said Rhapsody the first time, I heard Rapcity. I heard Rhapsody.
Oh, like Rap City.
Yeah. So I was kind of confused for a second. But
I only listen to music on Rhapsody.
Yeah. But Rhapsody, like Bohemian.
Yes.
You like that song?
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Floral Prince.
Floral Prince. There it is. I'm going to say the song titles as we go along.
Sure.
Just so that people know. And if you ever get off, like from the sync, like an ad plays or like you didn't realize you had it on shuffle or whatever, at the bottom of the overlay down below us, you will see that I have my streaming provider captured so you can see what song we are on and where we are on the song. So if you do get off, you can link back up. No problem. Genius. And that goes for the YouTube listeners and watchers as well. Just some content warnings out at the top before we get into this. I do want to say this deals with like alcohol abuse and like sobriety, as well as like pretty severe depression and yeah.
And some horniness.
Yes. Some explicit horniness.
What can I say?
Sometimes I would say. Accompanied by the sobriety
by the
and the latter two, yeah. There is one particular line that I can think of that kind of coincides with you talking about how the sadness is also quite funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
That line. I thought that I may have ruined my whole career with that line.
Really?
Yeah, because if we're talking about the same line, somebody tweeted, a Pitchfork writer tweeted it and was like, I can't believe I just heard this song. Like, I don't want to hear about this. I'm out. And I was like, no, I'm never going to get forked.
Oh no.
But then I got forked.
Then you got forked.
Yeah, I feel like it almost led to the forking because it's...
What did they fork you?
They forked me a 6.9.
6.9? Oh yeah, so that's like right where we are.
Were you 6.9 as well?
7.2, I think.
Yeah. Around the same area. I wish that I had been in the 7.2 range. But I mean, I feel like in fork terms, in the mid 6 to mid 7s is Pretty good.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, did you have Ian Cohen?
Yeah.
We didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
He
'cause
wanted to.
Ian is such a champion of
He
your
wanted
music.
to. He really did.
And
But he had just written our stereo gum piece. So I think it was like no double dipping.
So do you think that the review would have been more glowing had it been?
Yes.
Yeah. What was interesting about mine is that the review is actually extremely posy. I feel like the review read like a higher score, but I know that the whole staff chooses the score. It's not just the person writing it.
Oh,
it's like
sure.
a vote.
I guess that didn't occur to me.
Yeah. So I was fine with it.
Yeah. So we would have jumped out with a 7.2 with an extreme, like probably a review that would say something along the lines of like, this is a near perfect debut for a.
Yeah, you would have had a really nice pull quote for the vinyl.
I think the person who wrote it did a wonderful job as well, and like had said some pretty nice things about us, and there were definitely some things that Ian likes about the album that they didn't. So
right.
It was interesting.
Yeah, I thought the most interesting thing about mine is that I have this cloud rap side project called Paper Rose Haiku that I mentioned in a Fader piece, and the first line of the Pitchfork review is like, late one night, like, Paper Rose Haiku released some songs on SoundCloud and blah blah blah, and I'm like, what? Why is this being mentioned in the Field Medic review? But I mean, it does kind of tie in an interesting way, but I just was like, oh, I didn't think that would ever be a part of the story, but I guess it is.
I like the idea that you are primarily your rap side project, and that Field Medic is like
my side project.
Your Field Medic is like your side project, and it's just like, yeah,
I do this thing.
Yeah,
I have a bunch of new Paper Rose Haiku songs that I for a while was like, I mean, I guess this is just it for Field Medic. I mean, they slap too hard. This is just gonna be my new thing. Field Medic will be the ramshackle lo-fi side project, and Paper Rose may or may not be on tour with Post Malone, within a year. But then I came down from the fantasy.
Sure.
And I was like, hold on a second. These like 18-year-olds in the Midwest doing hyper pop have this like way more on lock than I do. I'm just an excitable person. Yeah,
and it would be quite the Post Malone is such a funny pull.
I mean, he's kind of living the dream because he can do the rap, he does pop
and country.
He kind of has positioned himself to be he's kind of America's sweetheart in a way.
Yeah, except for the rap part, I think I would agree with you. I mean, yeah, because like you're right, he has positioned himself to be able to do everything. I just wish he spoke like a little bit more highly about rap music.
Yeah, I remember there was like that controversial thing he said way back in the day. Like,
yeah.
But I'm sure he's amended that.
Yeah, no.
And he's all good now. Hopefully.
Don't worry, I'm not going to hold you to it if it turns out that we're wrong about Post Malone.
Yeah. Didn't think we'd ever get to this point in the Floral Prince listen through.
Okay, do we want to do it?
I'm ready, yeah.
I've stalled long enough. All right, Chad, you've had time. Okay, sorry. Oh, TL Gay is here. Hell yeah. My friend TL is actually the person who introduced me to your music before I knew, it was a long time ago.
Thank you, TL.
They introduced me to a lot of bands. In fact, actually, I found you again independently. Well, because we've signed to Run for Cover, and I was like, who else is on Run for Cover? And I checked out your music, and I was like, oh, this is so good. This is like right up my alley. I love this. And I was talking about you, and then my friend was like, I showed you Field Medic.
Wow.
Field Medic is on some of the playlists that I've like sent to you, and I was like, well, here I am. I mean, my issue is that I used to not listen to music. Did you have a phase like that?
Oh,
ever?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I used to be one of those people, which is not like horrible, but I feel like if you're going to be a musician,
you got to listen.
You should listen to some music, especially especially your peers.
Yeah, of course. I think my phase was more, I'm only going to listen to like Joni Mitchell and Bob Dylan and Nick Drake. And I, for some reason, I think some amount of like envy or something stopped me from listening to my peers and my like people maybe making music like that. And then when I finally started listening to music being made now, it was way more empowering for me because I was like, oh, this is like amazing.
Yeah.
And also, you know, even though it's modern, it's not fitting into some mold that I thought music had to be in that the 60s and 70s didn't know about. It's like, oh, this is the same thing. It's just great songwriting. It's just people that are alive now and that are my age.
Yeah.
Or some of those people I mentioned before also still alive, but same age as me.
Yeah, and there's like a cool specificity, I think, in the way that like people are writing music now, because that like they didn't necessarily try to tackle back in the day. And I think part of that might just be that so many broad songs about the same themes have been written that people are just trying to, you know, be more specific, to be more connected to other people, and we're sort of narrowing down this like tapered cone of, oh, what kind of love song can I write? And like, oh, it's a what kind of, okay, so if I'm doing a love song, it's like it's about romantic love with like a person who I'm not with anymore, or like that. And then it's like that, and then it's like, and now I'm walking down Main Street and it's snowing, and I see a mannequin in the window of Dawn's. Like, yeah, I like the specificity in the like lyric writing of kind of this sort of generation of
absolutely
musicians as well. And that's like something I can get, and then I can go back and listen to Fleetwood Mac, which is kind of broad,
right,
but is still so good. And it's like, and it's like fitting a general feeling in a very profound way. Whereas like now people are trying to fill in a like niche feeling in a very profound way. So your album,
yeah,
let's do it. Okay, yeah, because we gotta. Luckily, it's short. You know, 33 minutes. Would you consider that short for an album?
Yeah, I like to keep it short. How many tracks is it? 10?
It's 11.
Yeah, I think my preferred album length is 9.
Okay, 11 is actually my preferred album length. Yeah.
Well then, we got a little bit of everything here.
We do.
Yeah, yeah. I like short songs or super long songs.
I mean, I feel ya. I like long songs that feel short.
I like that vibe.
Yeah. Or long songs that feel so long.
It's like Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands by Bob Dylan. It's like 12 minutes long. And I'm like, this just keeps going. I love that. Just rambling.
Yeah. All right. I hope everybody's ready. I'm about to do the countdown. This is Floral Prince by Field Medic. And the first song is House Keys, which, as we get into it, I do want to say I think is an incredible opener. And
thank you.
I love like the one note riff and everything.
Oh, the strummy?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
But we can talk while it's playing. That's the point, I suppose, isn't it? Okay, everybody. I've stalled long enough. Here we go. I'm about to do the countdown. Floral Prince, Field Medic. First song is House Keys. 3, 2, 1, go.
Is this the strummy you were talking about? This intro thing? I remember some people this song was actually supposed to be on Fade Into the Dawn, the last album, but we couldn't get the mix right because I recorded it live with just one SM58, the vocal and the main guitar, and we couldn't get the like. It was phasing all weird.
Sure.
And but I remember at that time, a bunch of people that I sent it to were like, I don't know about this intro thing. It's like, why is it so long? And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to just go straight into the song because it's bookended by like the outro.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't change it. I wasn't ever planning to, but
Yes, I love the intro, and it sets up the album so well. It's so good.
Thank you. This actually was also, for a while, the first song of the record was going to be Better Way. Like,
really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just thought it was like.
Does this change tempo, by the way, right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was also another thing that was difficult about recording it, because we tried to re-record it to a click, but the tempo is so different in the chorus, and I don't really know how to count very well, so it's just like I can't. I just simply can't. I don't know.
Simply?
I'm just gonna have to use the live take.
I love the kick on this too, and the banjo.
Oh, thank you. The kick is just my shoe on the ground.
This is ridiculous. Are you serious?
Yeah, we just mic'd my boot on a wooden floor.
I'm astonished.
And the banjo's actually, no, I'm just kidding.
The banjo's my voice.
Yeah.
Wow. I really like Runner's version of this song too.
Yeah, it turned out so good.
Yeah.
I remember Noah sent that to me originally, and he wanted me to sing it, and then
That'd been weird.
I just forgot, and then he was like, actually just sang it, and I was like, dude, this sounds so good.
Wow.
You got to run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I wanted to cover this song.
I mean, the Runner version is the fourth version of this song that's out, so you're more than welcome to do the fifth.
I also love your little harmonies here. Wise, make me wise.
Thank you. There's a little bit of my friend Derek Ted singing that harmony too. Derek recorded and engineered this song.
Okay.
And I've lived with him forever. So there's some secret Derek in the background.
What'd you just say there?
I said pale, but raging.
Oh, sure.
With darkness. Like twilight.
Yeah, I think fundamentally this is just one of my favorite songs.
Thank you.
Not on the album.
Just in general?
I mean, in general.
Wow. Thank you.
I love that
much.
song so much.
This song was also supposed to be on Fade Into the Dawn, but I was told that it was too horny.
Speaking of which, this is the very horny one.
Oh, yes. This is another thing. I recorded this song live with a guy, my friend Tommy P, and his girlfriend Amanda, in just one room in an apartment in SF. And so we're all just playing it, and it was only 2 tracks. So like his recording device only had 2 inputs. So then when I first sent this song to the Suits and everyone, they were like, the song's cool, but when you say like I want to fuck, like it's like kind of gnarly, like. And I was like, well, first of all, that's like how I felt, but second of all, like I literally can't change it, like it's impossible.
Yeah. Gonna.
It's just facts though.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, this like single line chorus is immaculate.
Thank you. Yeah, I love these first 2 songs are dadgad, so they just have that emo feel,
sure.
You know. But I will say this song wouldn't be the same without Tommy P and Amanda, who helped me out there. They play in a group called Harlow's Monkeys, as well as King Willow, and we just banged out this song in like 2 takes. And Tommy P just freestyled the piano with the song playing through the monitors. It was so weird.
You're a nightmare.
But
it's so good.
It's just so easy.
Wow.
I feel like the live is just easier. Live crazy freestyle. Like,
I mean, sure.
They didn't even know this song until I came over.
Are you going to tell me a story like this for every single song on the record?
I mean, that's kind of how they most come about. I'm a little bit of like a sporadic. I
Sure.
don't have a lot of patience in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
I don't like click tracks. I don't like overdubs. I like to just get it over
Wow.
with.
Oh my gosh. That's kind of astounding because I find the quality of this record like sonically very pleasing.
Thank you.
So you I mean like how you say your boot is the kick on the
Hmm.
first song. I don't think I ever would have thought that.
It's the secrets of Sunroom Studios.
Wow. I can't believe label execs don't want their artists to fuck, says
This song also, this song actually took me like 30 takes
Oh wow.
because it's so hard to sing.
Your vocal on it's so good though.
I know, but it's like I just kept moving the capo up because I needed like more energy.
Yeah.
This one wrecked me, but this one's live with one mic to a cassette.
Do a cassette.
To a cassette, yeah.
Well, okay, the previous song was I Want You So Bad It Hurts, and this is I Will Not Mourn Who I Was That Has Gone Away. Yeah, this song is the one that hits me the hardest.
This is when you were talking about how it was making you think about your youth and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to the end.
I'm glad
This is a great chorus.
I'm glad that it had that effect because that's exactly what I was going through. I wanted to convince myself that I could stop looking back, you know. So that's why I wanted to make it sound sort of heroic or something and then
Sure.
upbeat as opposed to mournful because I just kept thinking about, I mean, like what I'm talking about in these verses, just like, man, I think I like was more tapped in creatively when I was in SF and I was just silly, you know, going shopping on Mission Street and I don't know. This is one of those songs that like nearly made me cry when I was writing it, you know? Because when I finally sang it all back, I was kind of welling up. I'm just like, man, I'm so emo about this subject, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I feel you because the thing that would get me about this song is literally thinking back to portions of my songwriting or my creativity and everything in college. And I mean, especially like now I have a very hard time writing lyrics. I have for the past like 2 years. And in college it just kind of fell out of me in a very easy and still very like personal way. And so just the struggle that I'm having now, especially since I'm trying to work on a debut for myself, and then like hearing this and thinking back to that, it is hard for me not to look back at it mournfully instead of
Yeah, because it doesn't. You kind of can't make sense of it because I always try to remind myself that at that time I was probably having similar thoughts. You know, I was like, I feel like it's classic as a songwriter to be like, I'm out of songs. You know, I don't have any lyrics. But I had a similar experience to you where at that age, I was just writing hella songs and it was like really exciting and it was, you know, and they turned into songs that I really like. And then I kind of hit this point around when I was making this record, or as I said before, I kind of always hit this point throughout my life. But I was like, dude, I think I'm out of tracks. I have no tracks left. I don't know what to talk about. I just sit around and smoke cigs. Like I'm confused. But then somehow that turned into a track. And that's the beauty of writing tracks.
This is Bundle of Hyacinths. I gotta know how you recorded this guitar.
This was live to 1/4-inch tape on a Tascam 388 in me and Derek's garage. No click.
This guitar sounds gorgeous.
This is from the sessions we called Beauty Studios because they just sound this song, Better Way, and Before Your Body Goes were all recorded at like the same time, and they're just really kind of like lush.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun. This was actually another interesting like songwriting exercise because I was at that place where I was out of tracks when I wrote this, and I just sort of made it up. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
You know, and you just sort of like fabricate a story. Like I was just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm longing for something, and just sort of like one image like led to the next, and then
Yeah.
it turned into a song somehow.
That's something that I've thought about. Like maybe I mean, because that doesn't seem so intentional. Like
Mhm.
I'm playing a character now, and I'm this is what this character has gone through, and I'm gonna write a song about that.
Mhm.
But I do often think about that kind of a thing because I have a hard time not writing so like literally about my own life.
Right.
And especially because oftentimes I feel like a lot of my best work comes from that.
Mhm.
So, you know, but I think about is it Dan Campbell who's oh, I forgot the name of the band that is not the Wonder Years.
Oh, it's like a different name,
Yeah.
some alter ego.
Yeah. TL knows it. Aaron West, yes.
Aaron West, yeah.
Aaron West. Because that one is specifically like a persona, a
Right.
person, a character, and then writing all of the songs from the perspective of this like completely different life.
Mm-hmm.
And that has been really appealing to me lately, just to maybe as an exercise.
Yeah, it's like just to stretch the muscle and
Yeah.
see like, because also I think it's kind of cool to escape to a character instead of just kind of like, I liken it sometimes to like pawning off your bleeding heart. You know what I'm saying? Like it can feel really taxing after a while where it's like, here's another song about this mistake I made and how fucked up I feel. It's like, let me just pretend to be a guy that lives in a lighthouse. I don't know. You know? But that being said, I don't do that very often. I just wanted to kind of just be like, you do have songs, you know, force myself to have a song.
And this one is head case, but yeah.
Head case.
Is that your boot too?
No, that's actually a Korg Volca Beats.
Oh. I'm never going to know how any of your music is produced.
Yeah. Well, we just try to produce with as many toys as possible. Because I need it to be simple. As I said, I kind of get impatient in the Stewie. So I just kind of, it's like, I like to keep it simple. It's really hard for me to put in the extra mile and make something that's like exceptional. You know, I like to just keep it, you know, I just like to keep it easy.
Sure. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, it doesn't seem like it.
That's good to hear.
Yeah. I mean, especially with this record. Even the ones that I'm so sure are just like recorded on your phone or something.
There's only one on the phone.
Okay. But even those, I mean, seem so well thought out.
Sometimes I feel like the thoughtfulness of it though is the lack of thought. I call it full-time freestyle.
No.
Where I just do whatever. And sometimes I just play the same chords in every song. That's another thing I like to do. You ever do that?
No. In
Really?
fact, I go out of my way. I write most of my songs in the same like 2 or 3 keys because it's good for my voice. But also I do that because then if you change keys, you can accidentally use the same chords.
Right.
Like 1, 5, 4 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't know that when I was younger, so I used to write songs in different keys that just had the same chords, and I would end up at the same melodies, and I'd be like, "What did I do?" You know?
Wow.
But God, this album is so good. Holy shit. It's so lonely being sober. That's what this one is.
Yeah, this is the voice memo. This was one take. I'd just gotten home from the bike ride. I wrote this song in my head and I just recorded it once. And I tried to record it again, changing the lyric about my straw because I thought it was a little vulgar, but just the vibe wasn't there. I was like, I feel
Yeah.
like I was really in the feeling of this song when I did this take. Plus, it's just true.
Yeah.
It's not even vulgar. It's just true.
Also, even if it is like vulgar, I mean, I think that's important
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of things that different genres of music don't approach, and especially for like penist individuals.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of friends who write music about, just about like really fucking, like, or even like masturbating or anything.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, like there's the Rina Sawayama song
Mhm.
that is like completely about masturbation, and I mean there's like a ton like that, and I just don't think it's as easy for someone with a dick to go that route.
Yeah, it just like doesn't sound as chill.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Well, it's not as empowering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Either. Because it's not like we're like fighting against a system that's like you're not supposed to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Except for like hardcore Christianity or something, but I do love this song.
Thank you.
And I'm, as the kids say, straight edge.
Oh, nice.
Myself.
Have you been straight edge forever?
I started when I was 20, I would say. So I've never had a legal drink of alcohol.
That's nice. You made the right choice.
Thank
I wish
you.
I had been straight edge the whole time.
Yeah. And this one is Better Way. This one makes me sad too.
Yeah, this is a sad tune. But it's hopeful.
I can't believe
too.
you were going to open with this.
Well, I was going to open with it because this actually kind of is more congruent with what the whole record is.
Yeah, sure. House Keys is a little bit of an outlier.
House Keys is a little bit of an outlier, but then I was like, well, we kind of got to get people in here with something fun. Also, because I like the song because it's simple, but the chorus is so, I mean, it's like almost cliche, just like everything's going to be all right. I think House Keys has like a very more interesting lyrical content. So, but
Sure.
I love where this sits now.
Yeah.
Somebody told me this song sounds like Chasing Cars by Snow Patrol.
I don't think so, but maybe. Sure.
Yeah, this one sounds so emo for some reason. Like
it's great.
The piano part is just like,
I love the piano. It's like kind of meandery.
Yeah. I was also addicted to listening to Cigarros and Yonzi when I made this song. So there's a lot of like, the bass line is very Cigarros. I wish it was a little bit louder actually, because it goes like boom, 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 boom. You can't really hear it, but it's there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love Yonzi. You like Yonzi?
Not familiar.
You know Cigarros?
No.
Oh my god. I'll send you some music. You'll love
Please.
it. They're like, I believe they're from Iceland, but they're just the most, I feel like they're one of the most popular, the most pop ambient bands. They just make these kind of sonic, it's just so emo. It's crazy. Cigarros has like 10 albums. Yonzi has hell albums.
Okay.
Yonzi is the leader of Cigarros.
Oh, so like a solo side project kind of thing?
Yeah.
Great. Oh, I missed someone. Yarn Kiddo says, I love this song so much. I used to listen to this song on repeat while playing multiplayer Minecraft with my friends. I don't know if that was for this song or for the previous one, but that's very nice. This is talking, well, I suppose I could just let you say it. And this has Pickle Boy?
Yes. Pickle Boy, aka Al. This was recorded live with one SM58 to a cassette.
I would say,
Uh-huh.
unlike any other song that you've told me you
Uh-huh.
did stuff like that, this one sounds like it.
Yeah. This
And
has
it's great.
Yeah, there's actually another version of this song that was just recorded to a boombox that's even more lo-fi, but it's a little bit sleepier. It's a little bit slower. I might leak it one day.
I am curious about what was it, head case you were talking about?
Uh-huh.
Or the one that you did a bunch of takes? What was that?
Oh,
one?
I will not mourn.
I will not mourn. But you said you kept moving up the capo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would love to hear like, you know, those. I'm sorry, this is just really good. I love this part. You know those YouTube videos where they're like this, but every time this happens, it speeds up or like changes
Uh-huh.
keys or whatever.
Yeah.
I would love like a version of that song where it is intentionally produced. Like every time this chord change happens, or every time I say this word, it changes keys, and you just like cut the other takes into it.
That would be chill. I wish it was possible, but they're lost on a cassette deep in the archives.
That's fine. That's okay.
This was another song that was interesting. I had this song written for like 6 years, but I couldn't find the right person to sing it with.
Wow.
And then I was on a tour with a group called Cave Town, and Al's band Great Grandpa opened some of those shows, and I was like, "Do you want to sing the song with me?" And it just was perfect.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this end here. Because it sounds like. I love that little ad lib.
Oh.
And then right here. Was it intentional for you to sing that one part alone?
I think the thing is that Al didn't know all the lyrics super well, so there was a lyric sheet on the ground that they were referencing, and I think maybe at that point in the song they sort of forgot.
That's great. It was like because you were repeating, and it was like, oh no, we're repeating this section. Oh, this is older now. Parentheses. It hurts. Close parentheses.
Yeah, this is the parentheses section of the album.
Yeah. Yeah, Jay used parentheses to notate what were interludes on our album. Is there something specific about your use of parentheses?
No, I just like ridiculous song titles.
I love it. I'm with you. Like house keys is pretty obnoxious.
Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just interested in the absurd.
Mistakes.
This was actually another song that I had written around the time of the last album, but I hadn't made the finger picking pattern quite as interesting, so it sort of just sounded like a you like rip off song, which it sort of still does, to be honest, but it got a little bit more exciting, and I like this song. This song's nice.
Ooh. Yeah, I like your country leanings a lot, and I mean, especially in "I Will Not Mourn." I forgot to say this when the track played, but I love you. You get this little like yodel howl, at a couple points, and I'm just like, ooh.
Thank you. I'm glad you like the howl.
I do.
I love to howl.
You also have these choruses on here, like how I was saying earlier, with like the one phrase chorus, and the chorus for this one is similar to me in my head, that it like you do an excellent job of like writing choruses that kind of just like fall like they're just like tumbling down a hill, and it just like falls off like at the end, if that makes any sense to you.
I think you're saying like they happen naturally or something.
Sure, yeah. There's not like suddenly it's like, oh, we're in the chorus.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm not all of a sudden singing like way loud or anything. It's just sort of, it's just still casual.
And then the end of this one, that's a cute little trill. like even the way you end choruses really get into them. It like the I'm older now, it hurts me ow. The phrasing there and the rhythm of that is like, and then doing the ow afterwards. It is very unique, like
Thank you.
in a way that I think, I mean, can catch people off guard.
Yeah, I thought it was like I just was kind of writing that, and I was like, that's kind of funny, to just say
Yeah,
ow.
yeah. I just said it hurts me. So of course
Mm-hmm.
I would say ow.
Mm-hmm.
This is the penultimate track before your body goes.
This song is hella emo.
The lyrics sound the way someone would type in a text, or sound the way that a text would sound, in my opinion, says TL. Hi, Dayton, as well. And D Moore said sleeper song on the album. I think I love this one so much, which could have been the previous one or or the one before it. Oh, God, this song makes me sad too. I think this is the part of the album where when I was listening to it at work, I would get to this point and realize like, oh, I need to stop listening to this at work.
Yeah, this is where it all goes down. This song, oddly enough, I actually wrote like maybe in like 2015. I would just play this song like alone in my room when I was sad.
Wow.
And then I was finally ready to record it for some reason. That's why I think it's interesting how somehow all the songs do work together thematically, but they were like written throughout
a 6 to 7 year period. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny to hear you talk about that and talk about how you don't want to get into a studio and you don't have the patience for all of that, because like I thought that this was all very well put together. I would have guessed it was like in studio time and
no studios. I mean, but the garage that I recorded this song at and a couple of the other ones is a studio technically.
Yeah.
But it's not like a studio.
And those are the Lush recordings.
Yeah,
right?
the Lush. Older Now, this one, Better Way, and Bundle of Hyacinths.
Who's on the piano?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm so used to all of these being live. I'm like, what's multi-tracking?
So the vocal and the guitar was live on this.
Okay.
And then I sort of just freestyled the piano. I also freestyled all the harmonies. We just ran through the track a bunch of times, and I just like that kind of thing. Yeah. Just playing around.
Sarah says, "God damn, your ego's gotta die." Hits so hard. It does. And Umbrella Overlord says the harmonies are great. Absolutely adore the piano in this one, says Sarah. And this is Tranquilized, which is the final track on the album.
Yeah, this is probably the darkest track of all time.
Of all time?
No, not. There's darker, but this one's pretty gnarly.
Yes. I also think your delivery, like performance-wise, is outstanding on this.
I really wanted to be tranquilized in the moment that I was recording this song. So thank you. I'm glad you can hear it.
Boys to the Max says, this song destroys me in the best way. Oh, Demore says, how are you getting the vocal reverb on these garage tracks?
The reverb is, I believe, in the garage songs, it's called Valhalla Vintage.
Oh,
verb.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a Valhalla.
That's what Derek uses. It sounds really good. This track is just like a couple SM58s in my room. I think this actually has Logic built-in silver verb on this one. Feel. This funny like pop-up video tidbit about this song is that I wrote this song and then months later I wanted to record it, but I couldn't remember what the lyric was to end that phrase, and I couldn't find the piece of paper that had the lyrics on it. So I rewrote it as like, I've been living in the fog, I can't feel anything, and then I finally found the lyric sheet, and that's what it was originally as well.
Oh,
It's pretty funny. I had to laugh.
that is funny, but it's also kind of sweet.
Yeah. My past me and my future me knew.
Yeah. Pretty remarkable that the same person would come to the same lyric. Yeah, this song is devastating.
The Gia Margaret remix of this song is hell emo. I don't know if you've heard it, but
I haven't.
there's like synths on it and like violin. It's next level.
Earlier we were talking about songwriting, and one of the things that like I have run into is I used to write a lot about like relationships, or like not just romantic ones, but just friendships or things that would happen. And I have since like I've almost eked myself out to the idea of writing about people who would like hear the songs.
Right.
Partly because of a like I would want to take some creative liberty, but partly also because I wouldn't want to misrepresent them, or especially it almost feels invasive sometimes. And I think that's something that has like really stopped me up recently, because like it's almost requiring me to look at songwriting differently than I have before. I was wondering if because you write about a lot of pretty personal stuff, like, and like singing.
Yeah, I've had that thought a lot too. Like, I feel like a lot of my older material was kind of like relationship based, and I realized looking back on it that sometimes it was misrepresentative, and like I was projecting something onto this situation, and like, but for some reason when I was younger I didn't really think about that. Like, I was just like, I can tell my side of this story.
Sure.
And yeah, I kind of think about the same thing. So I sort of look just more within, and I also make sure if I'm going to be talking about something that it's not, make sure that I first check my own self and be like, am I just pretending that like this person did this thing to me because I actually like did it to myself? You know what I mean? I saw a tweet from Told Slant one time that was like, the you is like the coward's I in like songwriting or something, and I kind of agree with that. I feel like every song is just like secretly about yourself. So I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I think there's a workaround, and that's just kind of like being honest with yourself when you're doing these tracks, because it is weird when you like make a song about a breakup or something, and it's like I can only imagine what it would feel like to be the other person hearing that and being like, what? Like,
or even if it was accurate.
Yeah, even if it was
being
just
like that's our life.
Yeah. So
yeah. That is something I struggle with, because there's a lot of like really good music that has come from that. And I know people who would genuinely ask like if people's permission or something to write, if it's going to be kind of specific or something. Or I mean, I had Jimmy on at one point, and Jimmy was talking about like how some of the record was about a very specific like relationship, and it's just, the music's so good, and I mean, like, to an outside source nobody else would really know, but it's like the handful of people that know both of you, or like your friends, or I mean, and of course the person that it's about. It's just a hard hurdle for me. And I mean, like, I don't know what the right answer is, because like in a way I almost feel like it's taking away someone's autonomy to telling their story, because especially for like you or me, people who would have more eyes on and ears on something than like the average person would, it does kind of open it up to a public display in a way that I find can very quickly devolve into a sort of gross area.
Yeah.
The album's done, by the way. That was Floral Prince, everybody.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think, but then you also think from the other side, you know, you should be able to write a song if it helps you cope.
Yes.
And it's confusing. It's very confusing.
And that's a great point, too. I mean, like, absolutely. And, you know, if you're Taylor Swift and...
Yeah, I mean, that's all Taylor Swift does, it seems.
And you've been wronged by a bunch of people, or at least, like, from your perspective, it feels like that. And, I mean, especially if, like, truly you've been wronged, then I'm also like, well, go for it.
Yeah.
But, like, it's hard, yeah. It is hard because your own perspective could be pretty clouded.
Totally. By emotion, by... Yeah, there's no right way. I feel like it's just a case-by-case basis, maybe.
Did you know that they...
I can hear it, yeah.
I hadn't noticed the whole time. I mean, we had headphones on. That's funny. The microphones won't pick it up, by the way. Don't worry. Well, you might know that because you have experience with microphones.
Yeah, I have a lot of... My first professional title is microphone man.
Yeah.
They call me the microphone man where I'm from.
Ooh. Up in SF?
Yeah.
Up in SF, they call me the microphone man. Well, we got some people in chat saying slowcore vibes on this track. Love it. Demore says, haha, yes, I love that tweet. Jack Can't Skate says, I guess when you're writing, you're reflecting a lot on whatever situation is on your mind. That can only come from your perspective. So when writing about relationships, it's your emotions there, not the other person's side of things. Relating to that is a huge part of what draws people to music. Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, like, absolutely. Sorry for the paragraph. You're fine. James Jack says, I forgot to point this out, but I love how William was listening to Francis Forever before they started the album. Yeah, my Green Music app was on Francis Forever. Francis is we have the same management.
Nice.
Francis is our I like to joke that Francis is the one who's paying all of our bills, just with Space Girl.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
It's a full hit.
It super is, which, like, I mean, that has nothing to do with us. It's just our managers, like, get to be live a little more at ease knowing that, like, one of their...
With Mel?
Yeah.
I love Mel.
Mel and Lindsay.
I'm not sure if I know Lindsay, but Mel's been booking shows for me in Philly since like 2017.
Hell yeah. That rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Mel is great. And so is Lindsay. I would love to. Lindsay is going to be here in LA. I'm not going to say when or anything.
We could all get together.
But we could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soon. I'll say Lindsay will be here kind of soonish, and is actually gonna crash on our couch.
Nice.
For a couple nights. It's gonna be great.
Sounds incredible.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to talk about the record, about music, anything?
So that was Floral Prince.
Yes.
That is an album. Thank you to William and Glass Beach for having me here. I have a tour in October with Adam Melchor. It's only in the East Coast. It's the Midwest to the East Coast. I can't remember where we're playing, but if you look it up, you can come if you're in those cities. I'd love to see you. I think I'm going to release a song before that, maybe. And hopefully I'll definitely going to release some of my Cloud Pop Paper Rose Haiku songs before that. So keep an ear out for that as well.
Great.
And that's all.
Wow. I love the idea. Like, I'll probably release a song before that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Run for Cover must love you.
Yeah. They loved it, especially when I leaked most of Floral Prince on YouTube for several months before it came out.
Well, I mean, to a lesser extent, I remember Illuminati Hotties when they released when they were like doing publicity and stuff for free IH. They just leaked the whole thing for like a day or something.
I think it's I like leaking songs on YouTube because of what I was kind of talking about how I write songs. They just blast out. Sometimes I think they're just meant for me. They're just kind of journal entries.
Sure.
I don't know if they have any weight in anybody else's life, because I have plenty of songs that are just boring and emo, and those are on YouTube as well. But sometimes when I would leak a song like I Will Not Mourn Who I Was like, I don't know if this is boring. It's So Lonely Being Sober, Older Now. All those songs, I just put them on YouTube, and it was helpful to see if somebody's like, oh, this song is really moving me in this moment. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Who knows? I might not even put those songs on the album had I not market tested on YouTube.
Sure.
So I think leaking is a good idea. Run for Cover doesn't agree, but to each their own.
I have a thing I need to tell you off of the stream. Just
okay.
like it's a thing that it's an idea that I have.
Okay.
So remind me, but because I think it would go great for you too. But it's something that I've been trying to convince Glass Beach to do at some point. But it's interesting. Someone did say an extremely funny thing that said, so if we get, this is Sarah Della. So if we get a full-on sad album next, do we eventually get a full-on horny album?
Yeah, well, Dope Girl Chronicles, which was prophesized in Do a Little Dope as being released in 2023, is essentially a full horny album. So next year is whatever this album is called. It's pretty sad, honestly. I'm not trying to pull some light out of it, but it's pretty dark. It's like dark Americana. But Dope Girl Chronicles is that good dad gad horny vibe, I guess.
That dad gad horny vibe.
Horny heartbreak.
Oh. Zuzu for life says, oh shit, I was late. Hi Kev, cutie, they say.
Hey Zuzu.
You were late. You missed the whole thing. Who would have thought that Francis Forever and Glass Beach have the same manager? Hey, yeah, we do proper Home is Where, Pictoria of Arc. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of, they just pick people up. They're good. They snatch them and they go, here, let's take care of a bunch of stuff for you. And you go, ooh, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm done here. Is Dope Girl Chronicles really going to happen for like Scherzies?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty much already written. It's been written for years. It just can't come out until 2023.
It just can't because of the prophecy.
Because of the prophecy, yes.
Yeah. Great.
It would be a bad vibe to
interrupt the prophecy. Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing PR for this album since 2017, so I can't stop now. This is a super long rollout.
That's like Haim.
Did they do PR for like 5 years?
I think it was like 3 years. Yeah, for their last record. Well, they released singles for like 3 years.
Haim has some great tunes.
Yeah, they do.
There's a song called like Downstairs or Up the Stairs or
Across the Stairs.
Something like that. It sounds like a Sheryl Crow song or something. I'm just like, wow, this is a straight up like 90s radio hit. I'm loving it.
I love that you were like, Haim has good songs like this one that sounds like Sheryl Crow.
Well, it's not. The thing is, it doesn't. I was just, what I mean by that is when it came on, I was like, what is this unknown hit from the 90s that I've never heard before?
I get you. No, I wasn't. It was a funny comparison.
I realized that when I said it, but I love you, Haim.
Yeah.
If you're out there.
Yeah, I know you're watching right now. And I also love you. I love your music. And you know what? I really liked what you did on Father of the Bride. I really did. The Vampire Weekend record.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one.
I like it. Mixed reviews. But I like it. I heard it was mostly an Ezra Koenig joint, and that it was kind of just named Vampire Weekend.
Because that's the name that we all know and love.
Yeah. Like, someone was talking about how a lot of like artists and bands will branch off and try to do some solo stuff that doesn't pick up quite as much traction, and then like they'll restart the band but with different people,
right,
and then release music as like that band again. And I think that was sort of similar to, I think Maroon 5 did the same thing. I'm not positive. Whatever.
I gotta say, I respect Maroon 5's transition from, well, I guess they were radio alt for always, but I mean their first hits were like really bandy, like kind of emotional, and then that dude was just like, I'm full pop star guy now. Like, I think it's chill. I like people that have like long careers that change a little bit, you know?
I do. I wish it would go the other direction.
Back to the OGs.
I wish that like we would get like some just commercial pop artists like coming around the corner doing like alt rock or like indie stuff, like instead of all of them going to a more pop. So I mean, because like we got like Panic at the Disco and Fall Out Boy, and I mean even Paramore and Maroon 5 all taking on sort of more pop oriented genres as they move forward. I think it'd be cool to see the opposite.
I mean, it would do wonders for our sphere of music if Maroon 5 made like a lo-fi Tascam record.
Yeah.
And then people were like, we need more of this stuff.
Who's doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have
agree
mixed
with you there.
feelings. I have mixed feelings because I think of like how Folklore and Evermore, like by Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
I have mixed feelings on that because you would think like, oh, this, you know, this kind of I wouldn't say it's like necessarily costuming of a genre or whatever, but it is sort of, knowing that she wrote it like with Jack Antonoff and a bunch of other like producers and stuff, and it was like very, in a way, clinically done.
Right,
like,
right.
Not that she didn't feel things and like it isn't personal music to her or anything, but I think about when that got popular and people were like saying, oh, if you like this, or like, or in less good faith saying like, oh, this is just like worse Phoebe Bridgers or something like that. My issue is that then fans don't go, oh, who's this Phoebe Bridgers? I haven't heard of her or something, and then just go, well, fuck her, and I'm glad I know her name, so I never have to listen to her shitty music. Then she's nothing compared to Taylor or like that kind of thing.
Taylor can do anything.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. It doesn't always, the trickle down economics of that doesn't really work similar to the trickle down economics.
Yeah, it's a shame that the trickle down economics of that don't work. Unlike
the way they work
they work so well for us, economically. Okay, I think I'll wrap up now.
Yeah, well, it was great to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's great to have
me.
you. I'm so glad. I really do love your album.
Thank you.
A lot. I'm happy that TL showed you to me a long time ago, and then I forgot, and then I found you again because of Run for Cover, and happy to be label mates.
And kind of neighbors.
And kind of neighbors. Who were closer, but are now further away, but still kind of close.
Still close, yeah.
Close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it was good to talk.
Yeah. Thanks to everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And again, this will be available on the Second Glass Beach channel on YouTube as a VOD. That is where all of them are, all of the listen-alongs that I've done. I think this is my 13th one. Something like that. Yeah, but all the other ones are on there. It's really great. I've been very fortunate to... basically every album that I've wanted to talk about, the artist has been willing to come on and talk about it with me. So that's been great. Upcoming, I have Backwash on next week to do Stigmata, which is an EP that is not available on streaming platforms. So we're going to use Bandcamp. And I'm excited about that because I love that EP a lot. And she has released 2 records since then. Her most recent one is amazing as well, and I would check that out if I was you personally, and I'd love to have her back on to discuss that one as well too. And then what is it, after that is Origami Angel is coming on again. We did Somewhere City the first time. We're doing Gami Gang this time.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah. And then we're doing Arcadia Gray for Konami Code. I'm excited about that one too. God, these albums are so good. Wow. I can't believe you're here, actually. It's kind of wild.
I'm stoked.
Yeah.
This is great. This is what I needed. It's good to get out of the house and hang out with friendly, like-minded people.
Yeah. And now we get to
Just chill.
turn this stuff off and go hang out for.
Maybe eat a bite.
Yeah.
I'm
I would love to
hungry all
eat
of a
bite.
sudden.
Yeah, me too. I'm super hungry.
Hello.
Okay. Let's leave now.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone. I'll see you next Saturday. Thank you for being here. Oh, shit. The last thing. Exclamation point listen in the chat. I can't believe I never said this. Exclamation point listen in the chat will bring you to Kevin's link tree for floral prints, or the link to me, or whatever that's called. And it will have everything. It'll have like the title, the Spotify, the Apple Music, and the Bandcamp. If you have the means, I would encourage you to purchase the record digitally or otherwise. Supporting the artists that I have on the show in turn supports me in a way, because they get to walk away and go like, oh, that was nice, and people were nice to me. So
I've got over 1,300 songs on streaming platforms across all 1,300.
yeah, so exclamation point listen in the chat. You'll get the link, and that's it. You can do that really last minute as we leave. And thank you, everybody. And Gami and Arcadia Gray. Wow, that's right. Just pre-ordered the shirt.
Shirts are flying off the shelves today.
Shirts are flying off the shelves. Well, thank you. Haha, bye, everyone. Exclamation point listen. And there's a UK store, too. Oh, yeah, for Run for Cover. There's a UK store. That's right.
Yeah, there's very rare merch on the RFC web store.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Ooh. I can't wait to check it out myself. Goodbye, everybody. As soon as I find which frickin' end screen. There we go. Thank you again. Bye.